Straight people of Reddit, what's the gayest thing you've done? Was 12 years old or so at my friend Ty's house. He was maybe 10, offered me $20 to make AX with our wieners. Needless to say, later that day I bought myself 2 12-packs of soda and some bags of chips. Me and my friends one night got really drunk and started streaking around where we live, very small area. Got so mad lad we started hand-shaking each other's dicks. How do you do? We would say. Love the lads with all my heart. Had to hold my buddy's hand while the doctor played hand puppet with his prostate. Me and my best bud, at the time, accidentally interlocked our ass cheeks in bed together. I had a sleepover at my friend's house when I was 13, and we laid out some blankets and fell asleep in his living room. I woke up first to him spooning me, and I didn't move at all because I wanted to avoid any awkward moment in our friendship by having us both know of that cuddle moment, so I laid there as still as I could for maybe 30 minutes until he woke up and quickly but carefully got off of me. I then got up 10 minutes later, and that moment now doesn't exist in our friendship. Well, I had a comfortably but not publicly out gay kid convince me that the best way to practice having sex with a girl, we were 13 at the time, was to practice humping each other. I had zero idea that was an issue and we dry humped for an hour or so. Somehow I managed to give the world 3 gay sons. One of my gay friends from HS found out and asked, "What the fuck man, you got glitter in your spunk?" My best friend is gay. He got kicked out of his family when they found out, took his car, money, and threw him out. So, I had an empty room and let him stay with me and get him a job. But, there would be times he would just come to my room while bawling. There were nights when we spooned until he passed out. Nothing ever happened more than that. He just needed to be held and to know he's loved. Nothing. I've said no homo before doing anything with other men. A coworker made a pass at my girlfriend at a social event. He said, "It's a free country," and tried to shake hands, so I pretended I was cool and gave him a bro hug but didn't let go. When he looked at me puzzled, I inched my face close to his and romantically closed my eyes like going in for a kiss. When he pushed me off, he was disgusted and said, "WTF?" I told him, "That's exactly how she felt. Stay the fuck away from us." This was in the early days of my college career when I'd go see my friends at another college. After partying during the day, night, 4 of us would pile into a single double bed and spoon. A few times one of us would call out, "Spoon change," to signal it was time for us all to turn over and face the opposite direction. Edit. Username checks out, I get it lol. Had a threesome and ended up liking the girl better. My best friend was sad his boyfriend of a number of years cheated on him and so my friend dumped him. He was most upset he had booked a trip for a bear cub retreat in northern CA. It had been a year or so since we had actually seen each other, so I suggested he go and I would come up and we could spend some time together and go wine tasting. And that's what happened. But the night I showed up was the bear cub ball. So I was his date. We grew up together, it was strictly platonic. He's more my brother, but I learned that night I'm considered a bear. We came in second place in the ball. So much back hair. Rip pool drain. We laugh about it still and I love him very much. He met another man that weekend and they celebrated their 5th anniversary last Pi Day. You know when porn just cuts to the dude's balls. Tried to crank it to gay porn, just to check, didn't work, but I didn't know about incog mode or clearing history, so that was a fun talk with my parents. Young me was an idiot. I watched an episode of Glee once. I also like to dildo my ass, but I led with the strong argument. Edit. Slow clap. Figures my most upvoted comment is about me sticking a dildo up my ass. Hooked up with another girl. She puked in my sink, stole my vibrator and wrote a note in my MAC lipstick in the mirror that said, "Sorry for puking in your sink." No regrets here. Edit. I didn't expect this to blow up. Or should I say explode. Thanks for the silver, hooray, may be my first reward ever. I was in basic training. The showers in basic were just this square room with shower heads all around the outside, and a small, 4 female, opening on the end to go in and out. Well, in basic training, they tend to hurry you up a little bit whenever you do anything. In a rush to get out, I side shuffled face to face with this other guy that was coming in through that opening. Somehow, our dicks contacted damn near at the base, and slid alongside each other, like a cool handshake or something. We looked into each other's eyes, and he said, "We will never speak of this." And I said, "Yep." Slapped my friend's ass and then kicked it after he stole my strepsils because his voice sounded horrible during a residential school trip. In the night he slapped my ass again, so I slapped it back. It ended up being a fight until like 12 in the night. All other 6 kids who was watching joined in the fight. That meant everyone was slapping each other's ass. This was in the boys' room. Damn, I was expecting to find a bunch of weird shit, but a lot of this are surprisingly wholesome. Held my bro's dick for him so he could piss. He had an arm in a sling and had managed to throw his other shoulder out drunk as fuck in Vegas. Well, according to some asshole kids in my class, I was gay as fuck for taking dance when I was a kid, tap, jazz, contemporary, etc. Joke was on him though, since I spent all my time with girls in tights and leotards who were in incredible shape from dancing while they spent all their time with other guys in locker rooms that smelled like balls. I, 18 male at the time, was receiving an amazing BJ from my girlfriend, 18F at the time, now wife. We were in her room at her mum's house with all kinds of magazine cutouts on the walls. We didn't really discuss where I was going to come, but knew she didn't want a shot to the mouth. Lost in the moment and brought to completion, I turned 90 degrees as quickly as possible and ejaculated on a picture of Josh Hartnett's face. Accidentally kissed my friend at a Halloween party. We were all up in each other's face for a mock aggressive stare down. So I made the kissy face to be funny. We were closer together than I thought. He said I was a good kisser. French kissed a guy on a drunk dare. Biggest surprise for me was that it just felt like kissing. I know it sounds stupid, but I thought it will somehow feel different with a man, but it didn't really. This experience actually taught me a lot about sexuality. Made out with a dude. He's now my best man. Edit, really? Why is this my top comment? Compared dick size. I'm so straight I could suck a dick and it wouldn't be gay. Kissed my buddy, but it was a bet from other friend they would $5 us $20 each, so we kissed and the money they showed us was fake suyi. Figured out I was straight. The unusual way. Only Swedish people know what happened in the pillow room. Was on the swim team, some pretty interesting times in the locker room. Kind of a toss-up. It's either liking showtunes and Broadway musicals or the times I had sex with a guy. When I was in the military, my good friend moved into my apartment with my ex-wife and me for about 6 months. We got drunk one night and pissed into the same toilet, at the same time, with the door open. We got some good laughs out of my ex. I'd like to think that's why we did it, but mostly, I think it was a measuring contest. A straight man doing gay things thread, you say. Unzips. When I was a teenager, I was pretty flexible and tried sucking my own dick. I was able to touch it with my tongue the first time I tried. I kept trying. Ultimately, I was able to get about an inch in my mouth, which was enough to give myself a good enough BJ to come. So, I guess you could say I've sucked enough dick to know I don't really like sucking dick. My 24 male fiancé, 24 female, is really into guys kissing each other. She's bisexual and I consider myself straight. However, one night I was drunk enough to kiss a nice gay guy that we were hanging out with, after she playfully said that it would make her really hot. Indeed, when we got home she went really wild on me, and we ended up having probably the best sex of my life. No regrets. A study session with my best friend turned into make-out session. Shoved a Sharpie up my ass to see what the big deal is. I wasn't impressed. I fucked my best friend until my dad came. Best friend is gay. He's a couple years older than me, so he has been going to bars for a while before I turned 21. He had a gay bar that he loved and would always talk about the new friends he made there, and since he was from the deep south, and kinda newly out, he just felt like he finally had people that got him. Anyway, the day I turned 21, instead of going to some club or something, I went to his gay bar, watched a drag show, and my buddy bought me some shit where a super ripped bartender put his legs around me and gave me a shot poured from a shot glass with his mouth about 2 inches from mine. It was honestly fun as shit, and I'm a very secure dude, so it was all in fun. I'll even admit, it was kinda fun to be hit on like I was some sort of super stud. Not me, but this happened at the gym yesterday and I am still a bit shocked. So I walk into the locker room to change my shoes and put away my stuff. These 2 guys are sitting talking about their workout. They then fist bump, stand up, face to face, full eye contact, and both pull down their pant and underwear. Now men locker rooms have plenty of naked men, but I have never in my life seen 2 men make eye contact and go cock to change. On the bells at New Year's this year, I kissed my other straight dude friend. Everyone else there was a couple and we decided to show them up by being more passionate. We were very drunk. I didn't remember it until 2 weeks after. Good times. Edit. By passionate I mean that we were really going for it. No tongues, but it was sloppy. Wasn't really passionate LMAO. I get really flustered around pretty women, as I'm not even being able to talk without stuttering a little bit. I'm still pretty much straight, but pretty women make me nervous. I do homoerotic shit all the time. My girlfriend was convinced I was gay and I made her cry because she just wanted to know the truth. Truth is, I'm straight as a goddamn arrow. I just don't give a fuck. Apparently I'm too much like my dad. Sexted with other guys. Not talking about catfishes, but where we both made it clear we were guys from the start. I was at a friend's house and he was shirtless playing his Xbox and the whole time I was sitting there I wanted to twiddle his nipples so bad for fun but I didn't. I was tempted to though. Had sex with a guy. I took a shower at the Y. It looks like it hasn't been updated since the 1920s, and cleaned since 1984. I'm pretty sure a few of the old naked dudes have been secretly living there since then. I touched my best friend's boobs so I can drink at the never have I ever touched another girl's boobs drinking game.